fuel carrier semi-trailer delivery to the logistics center in Zherbai Quarries. Hello there everybody and welcome to another exciting episode of SnowRunner here at Opafed Gaming. I am the Opafed. I got the call late last night asking if I would go to the old slate quarry, and partway down there's a fuel carrier semi-trailer that's laying on its side and it needs to be rescued and then brought up to the logistics center. Now just south of the garage there is an access road. It's a cross-country access road that we're on right now if you want to get to any of the quarries. So that's where we are on our way to the old slate quarry, and we are in a task called the Fury Road. Now the Fury Road is part of the KAZ Minerals PLC contract, and it also has 3 separate sections to it, which we will discuss a little bit later. Now, as we're going through the cross-country area here, we are driving our Mack Defense M917, and when I get to the quarry, I forgot and didn't realize you can go left or right, and I never checked the route going left. I knew that going right you'd get there, but you end up making an extra turn. Was not thinking about that. I should have gone left and it was like a shortcut, but we didn't realize that until we were leaving the quarry, and I went, oh, we can take the shortcut out. And then why didn't we take the shortcut in? And we didn't. So we got to go the long way, and we got a couple little muddy areas that, although they don't really give the Avonhorn or the Plaid any problems, the Mack Defense seems to have a little bit of trouble with some of the muddy areas. So, like right here, and I just don't understand why, because I've got it in 4-wheel drive, I've got the diff locks on. The only thing that I can think of is that I don't have enough weight, no cargo, nothing to push down to help get a little bit of extra traction. It's a minor nuisance, but not a real problem. So we're just going to continue on best we can until we get to that fuel trailer. Now, the fuel trailer needs a low saddle, and there's only some trucks have low saddles and some don't. Now, I was going to use a Tega 6436, I believe. I can't remember the number on it. But I was going to use the Tega because he has a low saddle, but he's got nothing else. He's got no crane, he's got no extra fuel, he's got no repair points, he's got nothing. Now if it's a short journey, it's not a big deal, but I was thinking the trailer is laying on its side. Now, and if you have been watching my videos, you might recall that a few videos ago I had said when we were coming out of this particular quarry with the construction rig semi-trailer that I pulled out of here, I saw it laying there, and I knew that sooner or later we're going to get asked to rescue that trailer. Well, that task is now upon us. Now, it's a rough road to get down there. There's lots of boulders. It is a quarry after all, and it's going to take a little bit to get there. Anyhow, the Mack Defense is one of the few trucks, the smaller or mid-sized trucks, if you will, that you could put a low saddle on and a crane. And I figured, well, we are going to need the crane to put the trailer back up on its wheels, right? So I had to figure out a way, other than bringing 2 trucks down there. I looked to see if I had a truck that would carry the crane and the low saddle, and lo and behold it did. It was the Mack Defense. So here we are, out and about, trying to get over to where that trailer is, but continuing to have problems with the little muddy areas. I don't get it, but here we go again. We're moving. We're still, as long as we're moving, we're okay. So what we're going to try and do is, when we get to the trailer, I do believe it's up on the rocks a little bit, off the track. So we're going to have to try and pull it out of there with the winch and try and get it a little bit closer to where the track is, where we're going to be driving, because you got to hook up to it. Then once you pull it out of there, get up beside it, grab it with the crane, and let's just hope that the crane is strong enough to pick the trailer up. And that's what we're gonna, that's the plan. And then hook onto it and then pull it out of here. And hopefully we won't have any issues leaving the quarry. So right here, where you see the road going up, that's where we would have come down had we gone left when we first got to the quarry. And you can see where we came into the quarry on the top there. That little patch of blue sky, that's where we came in. And now you can see how close by we were to that shortcut rather than going all the way around. Anyhow, my mistake. I apologize. It shouldn't have taken this long to get all the way around, especially with some of those muddy areas that we had, but that's okay. We're here now, so we're getting closer to the trailer. We're almost there. We got the right truck. It's dry, it's not raining out. We can see what we're doing, although we will have to turn the time of day forward again a little bit so we can have a little bit clearer view of when we're pulling that trailer out. And then we gotta just hope that we can pick that trailer up. I wonder if it's got any fuel in it. We're gonna have to check that out. But if it's full of fuel, now I was under the impression it was broken and that we need to get it out of there, because this here particular, like I said, this particular task is 3 sections to it, 3 stages, so we got to deliver other stuff back down here again. So I would imagine that the trailer is empty, and hopefully it is, because if it's full, the more fuel it has in it, the heavier it's going to be and the harder it's going to be to try and pick it up with the crane. And that is the best crane that we've got. There is the trailer just down below there. I don't know how he got down there. I would imagine that he fell down from above. And if that's true, then I would imagine that the barrel that contained the fuel container of it was damaged, probably to the point where all the fuel leaked out. Because how else would you get it over to that spot? Nobody's going to come along and back that truck into the rocks over there and knock it over. So first business at hand will be to pull it out of there and get it to a place where we can actually put it on its wheels. Right up there like that. Okay, to turn the time of day ahead. And we're just gonna pull her back. Just slowly. We don't want to damage it anymore, although I don't believe we can. It looks pretty beat up already. We're just going to pull it beside the track because we got to have enough room to get the truck in there too. So, yeah, that looks pretty good. I'll just turn this truck around. The plan, and now here too, and sometimes you get some really delightful surprises. Some not so delightful, but this happened to be a really good one. I was backing up here and I figured we'll get in beside it, and then that way it'll be a little bit easier to pick it up and lift it rather than if you're too far away. But I got too far away from the trailer, so I turned my wheels. See, I started to go too far away, so I turned my wheels back and I kind of bumped it and it started to lift up. And I went, hold on a second. Whoa, now that is cool. We never needed to use the crane or nothing. We just kind of slowly pushed it over. Didn't even take any damage for that. That is absolute wonderful little nugget, you know? Just something good again. Every once in a while you get something good happening. Other than big holes or boulders in your way or problem areas. So now we're going to hook up them and we're going to try and pull them out the way we came, and then where that road came down we're going to turn up left and we're going to climb out of here quicker than it took us to get here. This isn't quite as big a quarry as the Silver Quarry. Silver Quarry is the biggest one, and the New Slate Quarry is a little bit bigger than this one. But the way to get in and out of them is different between all three of them. Silver Quarry has got some really difficult places to get through. But it's a lot of fun going in and out of the quarries, bringing up cargo and bringing in cargo and taking out cargo like the slate blocks and stuff like that. It's really cool. So we're going to slowly climb out of here and hopefully not have too many issues with these. Well, I don't think there is. Just one muddy area right here, I believe. I don't believe there's any other ones that we need, unless there's more up high. We're just gonna climb through here, and I believe, no, you can't see it yet, but you will in a minute. Then we'll see where we have to climb out. See, there's another circle or two above where we are. And if you go the other way, then it would take you along. Now, we're not going to do that, because we also, well, we would have enough fuel. We got 168, and I believe probably another 140 on the roof. 120 to 140 is standard for the mid-sized trucks, I believe. Don't quote me on that. But then again, we could have a full trailer of fuel too. For all we know, we're pulling a trailer that's full, or half full anyhow. And with the cargo, with the trailer on the back, the Mack Defense seems to drive a lot more solid, although take a little bit of damage there. I was going a little bit too fast. There again, like I always keep saying, slow down. This game is all about finishing the job at hand, and it's got nothing to do with how fast you are going to do it, which is going to be proven right here. We get stuck in this spot for a little bit, and I don't understand why. There is nothing in the way. As you can see, there's no rocks in the way or nothing. I can't pull it forward for some reason. It won't go by itself. So the only thing that I could surmise was where we were driving, close to that big rock. For some reason, that area, I was not allowed to go over that. So I'm trying to bring it over a little bit closer to the tree. Sometimes when you try a spot like this, and you try to climb up it 1, 2, or 3 times, if you've tried it 3 times and it still doesn't work, see how it slides me over to the left? Then there's only one thing left to try, and that is to be really extreme and steer as far to the right as you can. Just like that, and pull it way over. And sometimes that will help you get out of it, because there was no other winch points, although I could have tried pulling from the back of the trailer to the tree. Could have tried that. Anyhow, we got through it. Sometimes it just takes a little bit of thinking outside the box, trying something completely different than what you normally would. And sometimes it seems to work. Now here's where we gotta climb. We gotta turn left and climb up. And in one short little stint, as you will soon see, we'll be out of the quarry. Then it's just a matter of a little bit of four-wheeling over some rough country to get to the logistics center. And stage 1 will be completed. We're not quite there yet, but this Mack Defense, he seems to really grind it out too. He takes quite a bit to stop him. And when he's on good solid ground and he's got good traction, you don't have no trouble with him. And that, as you can see, is basically it. We're out of the, well, we're at the top end of the quarry. Once we get over this here little crack area, come on, baby, you can do it. There we go. If you look look up to the left a little bit, and there you can see that's where we came in. Kind of silly now when you think back that I drove all the way around the crater to get to the bottom when we went in. And just a short jaunt and we're out of there. That's okay. It doesn't matter. It's all part of the game. It's all fun. And I love driving this little Mack Defense. This powerful little truck. Just hope we don't run into any more mud and water. But he doesn't seem to like that too much. Anyhow, this is the Fury Road task like I was talking about earlier, and it's got 3 stages. And the first stage is this, the fuel carrier semi-trailer that we got to deliver to the logistics center. The next stage will be to deliver a cistern, a fuel cistern, to the new slate quarry, I believe it is. And then the last stage will be to deliver 4 pallets of oil barrels to the silver quarry, and that's going to be a venture in its own. So three sections, 3 stages to the Fury Road task, which is only one task of several, part of the KAZ Minerals PLC contract. But every time we do another task, we get a little closer to finishing this region. And when the Almaty region is done, I think maybe we should go and hit a little bit of snow in Quebec. What do you think? Anybody got any ideas of where I should go next? Well, please let me know. It's got to be from the Almaty region forward though, because that's where we're at right now. Everything behind me is already done. And now as we're coming around here, we just got a little bit more area to go. Like I said a little while back, we pulled the construction rig semi-trailer out of the old slate quarry and went this exact same route, but that trailer was a little bit bigger. It was a little bit more difficult to do than this one. This one is fairly easy after that big trailer. So we got our practice in with the big trailer. But we're almost there. Just a couple more turns and corners and we're through it. I really enjoyed this one. This one was a lot of fun. It had a few sections there where we had some challenges, you know. But all in all, it was a doable task, and it was very enjoyable. Now to deliver that fuel cistern and the oil barrels, coming up next. Well, I hope you'll join me for that. Those videos should be up shortly, within a few days after this one, hopefully. And it'll be wonderful. Anyhow, I really enjoyed this video, and I hope you did too, and I hope you got a little bit of information out of it. And if you just came to watch just for the fun of it, that's absolutely excellent. Come watch the videos. If you enjoy them, give them a thumbs up, share them with your friends. And if you don't want to miss any of the upcoming videos, think about hitting that subscribe button. We've got new content being uploaded daily, so we've always got something fresh out there. Hope to see you here at OpenFed Gaming real soon again. Until then, we've been delivering a fuel carrier semi-trailer with the Mack Defense to the logistics center in Zherbai Quarries. With me as your driver, the OpenFed.